the outcome, obviously, we want to as well as possible, but if it gets to where we want it to go is another thing. So we're just crossing fingers and hoping that...
as well.
You're crossing fingers.
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 That's like a
Fingers.
Union J word. Fingers.
That's a Union J thing.
Is that
Fingers?
Fingers.
Because the thing is, you've had massive exposure with X Factor.
Yeah.
You know, you've splattered over everybody's televisions all over the UK. You've been working hard since. How does it feel coming out of the X Factor to actually go, right, it's up to you now, do it yourself?
Yeah, it's very odd. Like, obviously, on the X Factor, like you said, you're splashed on every TV magazine. It's a very high-profile, high-pressure situation that you kind of get used to. By the end of it, you're used to being spotted and stuff. And then the last 4 months, we've kind of been in hiding, recording the album, writing a book, being on the X Factor tour and stuff. And then obviously the last week, we've sort of come back on telly with the soap awards and back on radios. And we've not really had to be nervous for the last 4 months because we've just been working towards it. And now it's all down to the single, if it does well or how if people buy into it or not. Them nerves from X Factor have sort of come back to it's being judged again. Do you know what I mean? So we're very nervous, but again, we're having the time of our life. This is everybody's dream, like to be able to say we've got a single out in the charts, which is an absolute honour.
And it's better to be judged by the fans rather than the
Four
four
judges.
people
Yes.
exactly
Yeah.
sat in front of you, you know, who are not necessarily fans of the type of music or, you know, boy bands. So it'll be fun. I mean, you've massive hits and views on YouTube of the video, and you know all your Twitter followers. It's always a good sign. It's always a good sign. You need a bit more confidence.
There's no bottom two to save us this time though, so
Yeah,
don't
that's-
worry.
Yeah.
If you've got you.
So,
With you know, with all the success that the X Factor brings, you've seen other people that have come out with that TV programme, done a bit, and then they've sort of frittered away a bit. What are you going to do different? That's going to keep you up
I
there.
think it's just about sort of keeping your feet on the ground and really, you know, One Direction and JLS have both come from the show, and we can take a lot from what they've done. You know, they've obviously 2 years ago, One Direction were in our position. They were sitting probably in radio stations, you know, just going around touring, just like they're doing. So we've just got to kind of work hard and stay focused and really try and promote the single as much as possible and get people behind us again.
I think doing everything right is a key thing as well. Like One Direction have done everything right. So like Josh said, we can kind of take things from what they've done because they're the biggest boy band in the world.
I think importantly as well, staying different. I think our album is going to be
massive.
a mixture of different like sort of sounds. So there's something in there for everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's going to work.
Yeah.
We believe in ourselves, and I think that's what obviously like the acts like One Direction, JLS. They've worked so hard, but at the end of the day, they believe that they are great. I mean, we believe that we can do this, and that's what got us through X Factor every week. If it was in bottom two, no, we said to each other, we can do this. We're going to be here next week, and that's the attitude you've got to have. You've got to stay positive and stay lucky, and we're very privileged to be where we are. So yeah.
And probably better sometimes if you don't win. I mean, we're very proud of the fact that James Arthur, who is of course from Middlesbrough,
Absolutely.
won the X Factor. But you know, not winning hasn't done One Direction any harm. It hasn't done JLS any harm.
Ollie Murs.
Ollie Murs, exactly. So you know, you kind of you might not have won, and maybe that's a good thing that you didn't win because
X
that
Factor's a
immediate
platform.
pressure's taken off you, isn't it?
It's a platform X Factor. It's about what you do afterwards, which I think really sets people aside from the people that
Definitely,
made it.
yeah.
That's like another audition for the public to see if they like you or not.
Yeah.
Then it's about how hard you work, what you bring out, if your music's good. And
I mean, for us as well, we're really proud to have been the last band standing. That was
Yeah.
that was our goal when we went in. We were like, if we can be the last group standing, we've won in our like own little world. So we're really proud.
How do you feel about? Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, how do you feel about sort of people that knock the platform that is the X Factor and just say, oh, it's not valid, it's not relevant? What would you say? No, come on.
No, I put my foot in it all the time.
I can't. To be honest, we can't see how people can knock it. Like it's produced like the best band in the world.
The
It's
biggest pop
produced-
stars in the last 50
I
years
know.
have come from the show.
Yeah.
So
You know what
I
mean?
think some people are very lucky and it's all about hard work to make it in the industry, but some people don't get that break. Like, we weren't just four kids that just walked onto X Factor to be like, we want to be famous. Like, I've struggled professionally since I was 15 and Josh has done as well. Like, we've been in X amount of bands, had record deals, had management, that's all been taken away and you get knockbacks. And you have to, if you believe in it and want it enough, you have to do what it takes to succeed. And our story was X Factor, but I don't think that makes us any less credible or any less of an artist than other people that got spotted busking on the tube. Or I know one girl I spoke to, she was walking her dog in a park, and her dog was called Hendrix. She shouted the name. Some guy came up and said, "What are you unusual name?" She went, "Oh, I'm a singer-songwriter." He said, "I'm a record producer. Let's do some work." And she's now about to release her debut single. It's about your luck at your time, and
It is.
our journey was X Factor, and we're very proud to have come from the show.
That's good. That's good, that isn't it? Because a lot of people sort of say, or we've interviewed people, no names kind of mentioned, who've said, kind of, you know, the sooner forgotten about that, the better.
Yeah.
move on. I
Yeah.
want to be credible in my own right, but like
Hard
you
thing
say,
is, it's
It's
so
been around
hard
for
to
so
make
many
it. It's
years.
so hard to make it without a show like the Platinum. That's unfortunately, to make it in the music industry, it's all about having that exposure that the X Factor does. Overnight, 10 million people know who you are. That you can't buy. You can't. Record labels can't physically buy
That
that
promotion.
amount of exposure.
and what about that exposure? How do you handle that? I mean, when you first kind of experienced the craziness of the fans and the popularity,
It was weird.
was it?
I mean, it was like an overnight thing as well, because we moved into the Corinthia, the hotel we were staying in during X Factor, a couple of weeks before it was aired, that we were even through to live shows.
Yeah.
And literally, we can remember, can't we? The night Judges' Houses was aired, and it was like we got through.
We weren't allowed to leave together.
We-
were
yeah,
we
we weren't allowed to
moved
be
in,
spotted.
George hadn't even. We were still Triple J
Yeah.
on the telly when
Right.
we moved into the Corinthia.
Exactly.
And we weren't allowed to leave anywhere with George.
And it was
for 2
literally
weeks.
overnight. We walked out of the hotel, and there was just like fans.
The thing with the
People
X
were,
Factor as well, you're put
incredible.
into the deep end with the public straight away. You're in
Yeah.
the public eye. You come from. We're 4 normal guys. We're still 4 normal guys, but you're put straight into the media.
Is there no
Which is
one there
massive.
to sort of mentor you along?
Yes.
Yeah,
massive.
yeah,
They look
the-
after you so
Yeah,
well.
they look after you amazingly.
Good old
but
Welfare Claire. She looks after
Yeah,
how
good
we're
old
feeling.
Welfare Claire.
That
Isn't
was
it
her-
great? She has a name that rhymes with
No,
her job.
and you had Showbiz Liz.
Oh,
Showbiz
this
Liz.
is what you want.
Our 2 favourite ladies. I mean, it's the best training you can ever get.
Yeah.
Like, we've sort of done it backwards. Most people get a record deal, work on the album, then get put in the public eye, then they have to go for their media training. We, before we had a deal, before we had any music of our own, before we were even a proper band, were in the public eye. So we've kind of done it role reverse, but I believe so much in the X Factor that I love it so much, and I think it's an amazing platform that it's completely trained us to do the best we can possibly do after the X Factor.
So
Which
it's
is
like an
what
apprenticeship,
about.
really,
Yeah,
isn't
massively.
it? To go out into the
Of
real
course
world.
it is.
Is there anybody sort of around that you use as a sage? Somebody that you would go to for advice, that you would listen to, that will help your steer?
Louis Walsh.
Yeah, it was Louis and the other
Was it?
judges.
Do you still
Was
keep
it
in
really
touch?
Louis?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Being a little bit
and all the
sarcastic
judges,
then.
like Nicole as well. She was like, people saw her on telly and she's this big American star, and people think that she's funny on the show. But backstage, all the judges, Gary, Talisa, would come up to us and be like,
Even
"Well
like
done, guys,
even
do
like
this."
even
And
like Dermot and like
Yeah.
everyone. Like
it's
the
such an
presenters.
amazing family that you don't get to see backstage.
Right.
They all, of course, the judges care about the acts. But I remember Gary one week saying to us, he was like, "Guys, I really love what you did off the show, but maybe next week come back and do this." And we took that on board every week, and I think that's what got us through to the semi-final.
You keep in touch with Louis then?
Yeah, when we can.
yeah,
Obviously,
he's very busy.
and we are too. So
He's starting the new X Factor, isn't he? So
Yeah.
he's going to be, you know,
Very busy
but
man.
he was so supportive, and I feel a bit sorry for Louis because he does get a bit
Stick.
of a bit of stick.
He does
But,
stand out a little bit though, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think it's because he's been there for so long. People are kind of thinking, you know, why has he been there for so long? But he's been there for so long because he
He's good
deserves
at
to be there.
Yeah,
But if
he
it's-
knows what he's on about.
it's
He's
a-
amazing.
it's an
He's amazing.
entertainment show. So if Louis sat there every week and was a businessman and knew what he was talking about, people would switch off. But he's there because he's a character. It's all about
Yeah.
people respect what he says, but he's like a laugh as
And
well.
he
Do you
was
know what I
right,
mean?
wasn't
People
he?
like a
You're
laugh.
going to be the next big boy band. Yes. And you would get it right one day.
Right, guys. What we did is obviously when we told everyone that you were coming in, we said if there was any questions that people wanted to put to you, they'd be welcome to do that. Gary is in charge of questions from the fans.
Are you ready? This is just a selection because we were
Yeah.
bombarded
Wicked, let's go.
with loads of tweets and loads of texts and so on. So this
Thanks,
is just the
everyone
three
that got in
archers.
touch
So
as well.
I do apologise. This is my fault. Jodie tweeted in and wanted to know: is there a tour? Can
fingers
UGK
crossed.
fans come and see you?
We can't confirm anything at the moment.
come on, we're friends
but
now.
We can give away a hint that there is talks of a Union J tour happening at the end of the year, providing that we'll carry you and our single does well. Because obviously, if the single doesn't do well, we don't have anything to talk.
How's that going to feel like to headline your own tour?
Mental.
Well, we got a taste of what it was like
Oh.
during the X Factor.
They want more.
We got a taste of it during the X Factor tour, just to do an arena tour. But just that's what it's kind of like. We thought, imagine everyone in that arena was there for us. Would be.
They'll probably be there for the
surreal.
support acts, but we'd like to think they were
We
there.
did the
for us.
arenas
They'll be
as
there
well,
for
which are
you.
amazing. But there's some really prestigious, like what we're looking at, hopefully doing the talks, or maybe hopefully doing a theatre tour. But there's some really
Yeah.
prestigious venues, like we've done Wembley and the O2 in a
Hammersmith.
year, but like Hammersmith Apollo is such an amazing music venue in London that if we've got the chance to perform there, it's going to be amazing. Just to see like people saying, "What about this idea for the tour?" And you're like, "Oh my god, that's our tour."
We've actually been thinking of names for everyone.
Yeah, we're very hands-on as a band.
So far,
like,
we thought of the Union J tour. What
Yeah.
do you think of
That's
that?
a good one.
Does that sound
We're
alright?
in for a tour,
Or
don't we?
you
I
might.
like. Do you know? It took us ages to think of that.
I think the
The
message here
simplest
is
ideas are the best.
the message is buy the single,
Yeah.
and they might go on tour.
Yeah,
I
you
like
can
that
pre-order
carrot
it.
and stick.
Carry You, 2nd of June.
Get it there.
We would love you forever if
You're going to
did.
tour with us.
Available to pre-order on iTunes and good retailers now.
Second question.
Yeah, and obviously we're up here again. We're obviously doing like a little mini tour this year. We're doing a lot of summertime gigs and
Yeah.
here in Sunderland for North East Live with James Arthur,
That's
who's
gonna
a very good friend of ours. So yeah, we're very excited to be performing there.
At the Stadium of Light, I think
I know,
it is, isn't it?
craziness.
Yeah.
50,000
That's going to be,
people.
that's going to be fantastic. Second question was from Lauren Winter. What's your favourite shoes?
Favourite shoes? We love a bit of Nike, don't we?
Well,
Or Nike.
I've gone on a bit of a retro hype at the minute with my Air Jordans.
Right, cool.
From the 90s, which I'll show you. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm loving
Yeah.
an Air Jordan at the minute.
JJ loves his boat shoes.
Yeah, boat shoes.
I think she meant, do you like trainers or slip-ons?
Oh,
No, I'm only joking.
oh,
Do you know what? I love walking around in socks. I think it's really like what's the word? Like
Liberating.
Do
liberating.
you know what I do? I like walking round without any socks on. Like, obviously, I haven't got any socks on
I thought you
today.
were
I
gonna
think it's so much. It's,
Well, like
it's
barefoot
very
like a hobbit.
It's very good.
Like a
for,
hobbit.
It's very good for your feet. It's very good for your feet because you're on your obviously
Like
you're on your
Gollum.
feet all day.
Brilliant.
So it's nice to have.
There you go,
air
sideline
them a little
podiatry
bit. Air
corner.
them a little bit.
there we go.
That would
I
be
can't
great.
believe that a question about shoes. We've had such an in-depth conversation about it, actually.
Exactly.
It's relevant, Lisa.
It's a great interest.
And this one was tweeted in by Ellie. She says, like, the game, snog, marry and avoid.
Right.
Right? Each and one of you want to say which one out of the band would you snog, marry or avoid? Starting with you, John.
Oh, let me look at your lips.
Yeah.
It's not JJ because he's got big lips.
Nice.
I've married.
I've got bigger.
I knew
I'm
you
married.
would me.
Yeah, I've married Josh because, gosh, and Jamie I'd avoid because he's got a boyfriend.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good
Yeah.
reason.
Josh,
Um,
snog, marry, avoid.
I'd snog Jamie, George, and JJ.
Right,
I'd marry Jamie, George, and JJ,
right.
and I'd avoid Jamie, George, and JJ.
Give them up there. Jamie.
I don't think I could, like, not, I know, like, I do like to kiss boys, but these guys are like my brothers, but it's like brotherly, it's not an
I
actual
tried that
situation that I
once
could
for
put
that.
myself in.
I've
You
done
guys don't know what it's like to fancy boys, so like me, it's like, I generally love you boys, but I couldn't fancy you if I tried.
It's like kissing your mum.
Oh, no, worse, like, honestly.
Worse?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You said you really
Thanks,
liked
mate.
me.
That's really
JJ.
nice.
Oh, I've caused problems with it already.
JJ with his hobbit.
Funny.
So, JJ, come on then.
I honestly can't.
Oh, come on,
Oh,
JJ.
come on.
Come on.
I did
think
it.
it's
Josh
just a
did it.
question that
God,
started
that's
some
it.
infighting in the band.
I know, I think we've kicked
Was
some
caused
up.
the
I
first
think, to be honest, I think because me and Jamie live together, we've kind of got that marriagely.
Oh, they're like
Right.
my nan and
Yeah,
granddad.
so we don't need
We-
to kiss.
Yeah,
like,
there'll
like
be
my
no
couple.
physical
So we-
contact
we-
whatsoever.
We literally married, yeah.
Yeah,
Sleep
we
in
are.
separate beds.
Do you know what I would? Oh God, I can't.
Come on.
If you want to avoid me, I'm not going to talk to you the rest of the day. I don't know. Like I both snog them because they're hot. You know what
Please
I
don't
I
ever say
love
that
women,
news
by the way.
ever again.
I mean? I love women though.
Stop trying to take my
You just
thunder.
ruined your.
He's trying to take my thunder away from me, isn't he?
I wouldn't.
It's
I
my
don't know.
thing.
Who asked that question?
That was asked on Twitter by Ellie.
That's a very.
By a
that's
girl?
very hard
Yeah, by a girl.
Wow.
So I thought that was a very good question.
She's good. She's probably
We should have
getting
thrown
some
you
ideas
two
for
in there.
our
We should have
fanfics.
thrown you two in there.
Oh,
In the snog,
I'd
marry,
snog,
avoid.
marry and avoid, Lisa. All in one.
If you had to
Oh.
snog, marry, or
You're
avoid
beautiful.
one of us lot, who would you choose?
So it's not Mario
Gary.
Avoid or date.
Coming
Coming
Having
to
a
you,
date.
Gary.
Snog George.
Oh, thanks, man.
Um,
Looking forward to that one.
marry Josh.
Thank you.
You know, and
Avoid us too.
yeah. Sorry.
That's fine. That's cool.
I would have
Interview over.
Don't walk out.
Not
on it.
having this anymore.
It was like Hobson's choice.
I
That.
liked
I, had
the
no, I couldn't help myself with
I
it.
really like the North East till 2 minutes ago. Thank you, mate.
Stop your chunt.
Chunta.
That's another one, yeah.
I'm going to write all these down.
Chunta.
Was it Chunta?
Chunter. There you go.
Are you going to teach any more words?
No more words. That's all the questions. That's the three questions that I chose.
Thank you
Yay!
everyone involved as well. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, thanks.
Well, thank you very much for coming in and seeing us.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having
I
us.
think you'll do pretty well. We wish you the very, very best of luck.
Thank you.
Carry You, 2nd of June. Remember, if you buy it, it might lead to a tour. What about album anyway? Quickly,
Yeah,
yes.
we're
I need some
75%. Yeah, we're 75% away from our album now. We've
No,
got a few
3.
songs.
3%.
We're 75% through the albums. We've
That's
got
very
most of
true.
it done, but
So
I know
you-
we're spending the last little bit writing songs, getting involved with songwriters, and being a bit more involved with the music to come from us, because we work with some amazing songwriters and producers, but we want a little bit of our writing on the album as well. So that's what
Yeah.
we're doing at the minute. So there's same on the album for everyone, and we're
Carry
very,
You goes
very
well,
excited.
there'll be an album. So,
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean,
No, there'll be an album
it's-
anyway,
Yeah.
but
by
definitely
Carrie.
be right. It's by Carrie.
And we're working with some amazing writers and everything as well. So it's
Like who? Go on, give us some names.
Steve Mack.
Steve Mack, Claude Kelly, he's been on The Voice recently with Jessie J. her
Moonhead.
partner,
Moonhead,
Moonhead, Wayne Hector,
Ian James,
Ed
Joe Perry.
Ed Druitt,
Joe
Joe Perry,
Perry.
just
Wowza.
amazing people.
Just
isn't it?
amazing
We love you
people.
guys, thank you.
You must think this is amazing. This is like a dream for you, isn't it?
Oh,
All these
yeah,
guys
massive.
throwing material at you.
They're people that I've spoken about working with since I was a young boy.
Yeah.
They're the big names, and it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's
They've
so
become-
surreal going in there and actually saying, "Oh my god, I'm in Steve Mack's studio." Like it's
Because you
it's
spend so
incredible.
much time with them as well, they become like part of your family, like the
Yeah.
Union J family. It's like Steve's like Uncle Steve to us now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
We'll look forward to that. And to be confirmed, title and date, but there will be an album on the way.
Yeah, it's
100%.
Union J, thank you very much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Cheers, guys.
Thank
Thank you
you
very
very
much.
much, guys.